Okay, well, you're looking at the future entrance of Eden in the mountains. This is the very beginning, the top of the property. It starts off, this is the road coming down into the property, and it just basically curves around and goes down right here to the gate. So we're going to go ahead and take a walk down into the actual property, and you can just get a tour and see what all's going to go on down there and get our vision. Well, believe it or not, this is our road. I know it doesn't look like much of a road right now. It's very overgrown, and it's got a lot of ruts in it. We can actually get a good look at that, but it's got a lot of ruts in it from the water washouts. But this is going to be the very first project, that and the washout in the middle of the road that you'll see later. What we're going to have to work on first to get that fixed so we can start getting everything else done. So let's venture on down, and you'll see what it's like to go on down this thing. As you can see, we've got the mountains, kind of hills on this side. It's and then over on the other side is the river, which we'll come to in a few minutes. Here's the first sighting of the river. We're still up high on the driveway entrance into the property, but we actually get a chance to see the river. It's not so much overgrowth. And we're approaching the big washout area that needs to be fixed. Alright, coming up here, the washout. Starts here, goes down. Big old hole. Down into the river. So this whole section here is going to be built up for a road again. Nice project. We're approaching the main area that's cleared here. Basically, it's like the only cleared space on the entire 43 acres, coming still from the drive into our landmark pine tree. It's right basically dead in the center of the cleared area. And it starts over here. There's a stream over there, another stream. Lots of water on this property, which is excellent. And it goes up all the way. By trees. All the way around. Right here we have this black walnut tree. It's not the only one we got on the property. We got several of them. I've seen the black walnuts. Anybody not know what they look like? The actual shells. See if we can find it again. Oh, there we go. Here. This is what they look like. They got the green outer shell and they got the hard shell inside. And you break that open, you got a nut inside. And they're all over the place around here. Praise the Lord. Like walnuts. This is actually a straw bale structure that was made by the previous owner. Of course, it's been kind of left unattended and torn down. So we've got some things on here definitely that need to be cleaned off. It's the lovely mobile home that has mold and some other sort of insulation stuff. I don't know what in the world it is sprayed on the outside of it. You can see there is a little shack that was built up here as well. What do you think about this structure, Dave? The structure here. It's an old cargo box, right? So looking back from the porch of the structure, you can see straw bale. And we came down and there's another structure over there. Getting a panorama again here of the cleared space as we come down off of the drive into the clearing area. So about right in here is where I believe that we will put the sanctuary, Heart of God's sanctuary. We're looking at probably a 750 square foot sanctuary, possibly out of hempcrete. We're going to continue on along the trail of the property, and here's that mobile home again, and the truck that does not work. So this little puppy's got to be demolished and removed, and the truck needs to be removed as well. So you can see there's lots of cleanup to do. We need a cleanup crew. Come out here and help us get all this cleaned up. We need help. It's a big project. Continuing down the trail. Once again, we have the slopes and the hills on this side, on the right side, and then we have the river and the flatter areas on the left. This is a perfect spot for aquaponic growing with a greenhouse, so we'll be able to grow our own vegetables and fruit, and we can even raise tilapia fish with the aquaponics. Nice sunny spot for that. Now, as you can see, David's gone ahead of me, and he's making his way down the trail. All right, we're kind of walking up to the back end of, well, the back end of the front end of the property, about almost, I guess, say towards the middle of the property in a sense. But as you walk up, you can see it's starting to turn, the road is starting to turn down and go around and lead out towards the river, which is over here. All right. Now what I got a good eyeball on is there's an area right here that is got a lot of nice hill formation on it that I see, and it's really, like I said, like almost like the back end of the front part of the property where it would turn and go into a different direction. This to me looks like the space where we would want to build the big facility, the actual structure with the wellness center. And I can see it because it does face south. You can see the sun right there. It's facing south down, and that's the direction we need to be facing for the solar, passive solar heating and whatnot. So that's that, and then I believe that we'll be able to put a road somewhere along this line and get over this mountain or through it somehow and be able to get back to the back end. Okay, now let's go on down to the river end and go to the back end of the place. Okay, we just made that turn coming down on the road going towards the river. Going towards the river. And right here we have a bit of a dip going down in the road. Actually, we have to walk down into this and then walk back up. So this will have to have a bridge in place here. I want you to get a good look at how peaceful, how pretty it is, these little ferns, the canopies. It's very still and peaceful and quiet, very serene. That's Dave, the big bird. Here's our beautiful walking canopy. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? This is gorgeous. I love this space right here. Look at this beautiful canopy. Beautiful canopy. Okay, now we're walking out of our beautiful canopy area, and this is really opens up into an awesome space back in here. Lots of beautiful, beautiful area, and this is where I really foresee having the community area built, like for the arts. It's just so serene and pretty back here, and having some little cottages and places for people to come stay temporarily. Get a nice visual on that. It's gorgeous back in here. It's really nice. It's really close to the water. Down there we see the sun. So the river's right down there. And we'll see some other areas as well. All right, you're now looking at what I consider the sweet spot. This is one of my favorite areas of the whole property. This one little section right here. This is something really special that needs to be built here. I'm thinking like a little extra retreat for me in my art studio or something really cool. This is towards the back end of the property. And it's almost directly in line, sort of kind of close to our beach, but you can turn and see, you got a nice view of the river. And it's just a really neat little place here. Okay, here's what we call our beach. You can see it's a nice little sandbar. And even when the water was up a little higher, we still had a fair amount of land mass to walk out on.